Hello everybody. Today on Board Games Live, we are going to be playing Canvas from Road to Infamy Games. In Canvas, you will be a painter who is competing in a prestigious art competition against your fellow players. As I've said in other videos, this isn't going to be a comprehensive rules explanation, as there are much better resources you can find online. I just wanted to give you a brief overview for how the game feels. At the beginning of the game, each player is going to get 3 of these sleeved background cards and 4 of these inspiration tokens. You'll then want to take 4 of these scoring cards and place them on the canvas mat, along with 5 different art cards, and the rest of the art cards should be placed in the deck box and also placed on the mat here. On your turn, you will choose one of 2 actions. You can either draw one of the face-up art cards and add it to your hand, or you can combine 3 of your art cards with one of your background cards in order to complete a painting. In order to select an art card, you're simply going to choose one of the available cards available to you on the canvas mat. The leftmost card is always free, but you will need to pay inspiration tokens in order to get anything further to the right. For example, if I wanted this window card here, I will have to put an inspiration token on each card that I pass. Then you can take the card into your hand, slide over any remaining cards, and draw a new card from the deck box. If you choose a card that has an inspiration token on it, you will get to take those inspiration tokens into your collection as well. The second action you can do is to complete a painting. When completing a painting, you will choose 3 of the art cards in your hand and combine them with one of your background cards. To do this, you will take your 3 cards and stack them in any order that you choose, and then you will simply slide them into the sleeve for your background card, creating a work of art. Now, if we look carefully at each card, you can see that each card has a different title piece and different symbols at the bottom of the card. In order to determine how to score your works of art, you want to pay attention to the 4 scoring cards at the top of the canvas board. As you can see, when you stack these cards on top of each other, different elements of the cards may become covered up. And this is very important when scoring your cards. So here's an example for how we would score this card. My painting here is called Liberated View. We will check each of the 4 scoring cards to see if we get any points for them. First up is composition, and with this card, you will need to make sure to have one of each color available at the bottom of your card. As you can see, we are missing the blue swatch, so we will not be able to get any of these points. Next, we'll check emphasis here, which says we must have exactly 1 hue symbol. And as you can see, we do have only 1 here, so we would take 1 green ribbon. Next, we have repetition here, saying we must have 2 triangle symbols. And as you can see again, we do have those symbols, so we would get 1 blue ribbon as well. Then lastly, we'll check variety, which says we must have 1 of each element visible on our cards. The elements are hue, shape, texture, and tone. If we look at our card here, we do have at least 1 of each symbol, so we would get a purple ribbon as well. The game will end once everyone has completed 3 paintings. You will then count how many ribbons you have in order to determine your final score. To determine your final score, you will want to look at the scoring cards again. At the bottom of each card, it will tell you how many points you will get for however many ribbons you have. For example, with repetition here, if you only have 1 blue ribbon, it's worth 3 points. If you have 2, it's worth 7. If you have 3, it's worth 11. And if you have 4, it's worth 16. And then at any point in time, if you get these black ribbons here, they will always be worth 2 points. You will then count up how many points you have total, and the person that has scored the most points will win the game. And that's a brief overview for how to play Canvas. Now, before we get into our gameplay for today, I just wanted to remind everyone that this is a recording of a live playthrough that we streamed on Twitch. If you're interested in watching us play these games live, do be sure to follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/TQM_GG. Unfortunately, I don't have a set schedule for these board game streams, but you can follow me on Instagram at TQM_GG, as I do try to post when we'll be going live there. If you do enjoy this video, do be sure to give the video a thumbs up. And also, I would greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel. It's completely free of charge and it will help the channel grow. With all that being said, why don't you join us at the table as we play Canvas.
The way we choose a start player is whoever painted the latest. Which is not
definitely not me.
Have you guys painted anything? Do you paint?
Have you painted in the last 20 years?
No.
And then what you count as painting?
Putting some paint on something.
Okay, but just like a clay face mask on my face count. Does it count like finger painting?
No.
Is painting a wall count?
Yes.
Okay, then actually that might be me. Which, to be fair, was still like a year ago.
Yeah, I was trying to think if we did any painting projects. I don't think
My
we did.
actual last project.
Alright, where you will go first.
Wow, I really never thought I was going to move that one.
I did do something the last winter. I did paint an actual scene. Yeah. I don't remember.
Wait, this past winter?
No.
Like
I don't think
6
we
months
were
ago?
in class. I think it was a little before that.
Okay, if it was this past winter, that might be after me, but I think I painted this one wall that I've been putting on for years
Go for it.
during quarantine. So
Yeah, there you go.
okay,
The one in your kitchen?
yes,
Oh,
the one that had the paint swatch up there for like 3 years. Okay. I think I'm just gonna take this one for free.
Alright.
Gotta start with anxiety.
Yep. Alright, go ahead, Michelle.
Okay, question. Is painting always 3 things?
Yes.
Oh, right.
You don't have to save it yet.
Alright.
It's actually better not to.
Tentatively thinking this one.
Alright.
Someone's at the door.
Oh, look, he passed one up this time. It finally happened.
Alright.
Oh, so when you use it goes on. Oh,
Yeah.
that's what you meant.
Yep.
Okay.
Wait. So then, what happens with that one?
If you take this card, you get
I
a
did
token.
it.
Yeah. So then you can use them more later. Oh,
What is this?
that's what I was gonna say, yeah. If you have this visible, that means you'll get a black token just once you put it in, and these are always worth 2 points.
Oh.
I'll take it.
Okay. I wanted this card anyway. Oh, the mistake looks like it. I honestly am just choosing based on which one was the coolest. Not by points and stuff. Alright.
Why would you do
I really want this one, I think.
It does look cool.
I wanted that one.
And then, yep, you good.
So if I wanted to take this one, I would have to.
Yeah. You still have to go in here.
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
Dang, I want that one.
Dang, nobody wants this card.
I mean, I kind of want all those.
Yeah.
Yeah. I already forgot what
Do
they're
you
called.
get anything for
Yes,
having
for-
like
no.
a bazillion of those?
No,
in
I was gonna take this. I was gonna take these off you guys' hands, don't worry.
Wow.
So are we working on one painting at a time, or like?
No, you have up to 5 cards, right? So you don't once you get 3, you don't have to create a painting. You can keep drawing until you can have 5 cards. Then you have to create a painting. You
Okay.
can choose from your 5 then.
I'm just gonna take this. I'm running low on tokens.
Okay. Darkness. So spooky.
Tempted to pick this just based on making a funny name.
Good.
Alright, let me take this.
Yep.
Gotta get my tokens back.
So if we have a painting everywhere.
Then you will have, that's your turn instead of drawing a card. But just show it to like the camera right here so you can all admire it.
So, we do it instead of drawing.
Yeah.
I might go ahead and do one.
All right. So then when you do one, you just choose one of your background cards and throw everything in the sleeve. Then you'll just keep it in front of you.
Alright, mine is called Extreme Mistake.
What is your favorite thing about this painting you've created here? Well, give us a little your inspiration.
Well, someone was surfing, and then they mistakenly threw a bunch of candles in the air, and someone who was in the air got hit by the candles, and they mistakenly dropped a basket of fruit. It was very tragic.
That sounds pretty extreme.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we score your card. So we just go in order. So did you have one in every color you did? So you get a red ribbon. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Then is there exactly one hue? There is, right here. So you get a green ribbon. Then blue, is there one of every shape? I see hue, texture, shape, and tone.
That's purple.
Yep, I totally missed the other one. Is there two triangles? No. There's only one triangle.
I'm a failure.
But you get a purple ribbon, and then there's one black ribbon per hue. There's a hue, so one black ribbon. There you go. There's your painting.
Pretty highly decorated.
Yep, I would say so. Okay.
My completed painting is called Unashamed Nightmare.
Oh, tell us about it.
So this is the story of a nightmare. Your underwear got stolen, and you see the patchwork ghost comes to haunt you every night.
All right, so let's go ahead and score it then. One of every color, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Red ribbon. Okay. Exactly one hue? No. Is there two triangles? No.
Does that count as a triangle
No.
or not?
No, that's just for the black ribbon instead. And then we didn't have triangle.
I had nothing else except that.
Wait, okay, so then the two black ribbons, so one per triangle, so you have one. There you go. And then one per tone. You have that also. There you go. All right. I think I'll do a painting. This one's halfway decent. It's not as good as Michelle's painting, unfortunately. But that's okay.
It's gonna be hard to beat.
Yeah. I'll put it in this one. Oh, this one. Okay. Here we have corrupted perspective.
That
So
sounds
is-
like a real painting.
So as you can see, there's a man or a woman looking through a little spyglass into the world, and they're like, "Oh, look at these beautiful butterflies! It's so nice." Oh my God, what is that creepy hand reaching out? Very corrupt. Okay, so I'm going to score that. So I get composition because I have one of every color. I do have exactly one hue, so I put some emphasis on the hues that I chose. I did not do repetition, but I did do variety. And that is my decently decorated, not quite as decorated as Michelle's.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Cheeto.
Where's your painting?
That's a good one.
Cheeto.
I think I'm gonna finish a painting.
You can't. You have to pick one or the other. You draw or you.
Yeah.
Well, never mind then.
He meant he's going to next turn, guys.
Yes. I just gotta decide on my painting title.
Yeah. Oh no. So graceful.
Where did you go? He just here.
One trip.
Oh, trip. Whatever.
That's my fifth one, so I have to make one.
Yep. Yeah, once you have 5, you have to on your next turn. So. Alright. Yeah, don't cheat. Look, you can't look at an artist while he's working. Alright, go ahead, Sarah.
Alright, start making my next one.
Yeah.
Take a freebie.
Complexity. Alright.
Let's see it.
This is going to be a work of art.
Perfection takes time.
Yeah.
That's true. It's like really hard for me too. I'm like trying to keep everything else going, and then I'm like, wait, I need to choose painting.
Alright, I think I'm good with this. This one's called Divine Escape.
Okay.
You can see the robber running into the night, presumably divinely.
Yes.
But there's an implication of artifice in the stage.
Yeah. It's
curtains.
actually a play. Somehow.
Nice. All right.
Makes us question what is real.
Yeah.
Okay. So you had composition.
I did have all 4 colors.
Yep.
I had exactly one
It's 5 colors.
thing. 5 colors.
Okay.
I had 2 triangles. I had 3, but I couldn't quite get a 4th.
That's
And
okay.
then I had all 4 shapes.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Competing with Michelle there.
Am I already garbage? I'm ready.
Oh.
It's your big debut.
Yeah, let's go.
So this is called Ominous Darkness.
Ooh.
Clearly because it's
It
dark.
does look ominous and dark.
And it's dark.
Yeah. And ominous.
So deep.
Okay. Okay, so you did not score composition. Did you have exactly 1 hue?
Yeah.
Yes. Green ribbon. Did you have 2 triangles?
No.
Did you have 1 of each shape?
No.
Nope. Did you have any black ribbons?
Yeah. 1 per these square things.
Okay. How many square things?
1 square.
There you go.
Nice.
Boom. Alright, Sarah.
Okay, about my next push. Short.
He's like, yep, I'm still here, guys. We'll take this one. Okay.
I think I have to take this one.
Oh, Cheeto.
Really got me there.
Keep going again.
Looking for the kitten.
I wonder if she's like,
We
oh,
always
she's
say
her
she's
mom.
a little ninja. It just disappears.
You sneaky beagle. Hi. Hi, sneaky beagle. Can't find you to pet you.
Let's try that.
Mine.
Ooh.
Is it your turn?
Yes.
I just went,
Oh,
so
you just went.
I
I thought
think
you
so.
just went.
I just moved it.
Ah, that's what it was. I was like only side watching. Oh.
Gotta pick the right canvas, right?
No, this is a tough decision.
Mine are all pretty boring. So.
I feel like you kind of like this one blends too much in there. This doesn't look great.
Okay.
It's called Heightened Dreams because there's a beanstalk, and you go up pretty high, and I don't know, there's a cloud.
All right. So, did you get composition?
Yes.
Did you have one hue, or
Yes.
exactly one hue? Did you have two triangles?
Sure do.
Did you have variety?
Nope.
That's not bad though. Not bad. All right. I'm also completing the painting. I gotta make sure I'm choosing the right one. I think it's this one. It might be this one actually. Yep. It's definitely this one. Okay, this is called Risky Complexity.
Ooh.
So, as you can see, there's a mouse on a balloon. He's a little at risk there because that's a pretty fall. That's a pretty big fall for a rat. He's also got some dice that he's like blowing on for some good luck. And it's just life in the city is very complex for a rat. Like I say. So, Cheeto, what are you doing? All right, so I'll score mine. So I did composition. I have exactly one hue. I have three triangles. One scores. I have one of each. And I have one black for one texture.
Wow.
So an extra one. So a very decorated painting.
That is, I think, the winner so far.
It's quite lovely, I would say.
I think I'm gonna take this.
Okay.
I don't need it that bad. It's a little tempting. 'Cause
But it looks cool though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and do my next painting.
All right.
This is pretty dark.
Uh-oh.
It's called Fragile Childhood.
Oh my.
Someone was doing the dishes after spaghetti dinner, and then a stork came to deliver them a child. This person did not want a child and stabbed the stork with the fork from the spaghetti.
That's
Just
rude.
right in the stork.
Yep.
It's tragic.
That's pretty rude.
Yeah.
Okay. Composition. All colors. Yes. Oops. Exactly one hue. Yep. 2 triangles. Yep. And 1 of each. Yes. And any black ribbons? No. All right.
Or that.
Oh my.
There's a fork that goes right into it. So that spaghetti on it and everything.
Aww.
Tokens for it.
Yeah, I do.
I just realized I would have had enough tokens if we were taking anything else. Dang it. Like, I would have made it work. I mean, well, yeah. Okay.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna complete this painting.
Okay.
This is called Chosen Nature. You can see God chose this garden in this super ominous looking, I don't know what you call it, gate, fenced in area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the entrance.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And so this is sort of, I think this might be what you were talking about with Sarah, but there's this like gear here. So does that count for the variety?
No, that's saying like
All right.
you would get an extra point for each one of them that you have.
All right. Well, so I what do you call it? Created this completely wrong, but anyway, I have all 5 colors.
Okay.
I have exactly 1 of these things.
Yep.
I got triangles for days. I got
Yeah,
4
you got
triangles
4.
here.
Let me make sure. I think you should get 2 for that.
Okay. Well, I'm counting on that. So
Yeah, for each pair. For each pair. So 2 blue.
I got a 5th one, but you know. And then I do not get variety. Okay. Oh, and I do get the black one as well. I have this, right?
You have to have the tone in there.
Oh, that was what. Okay. Well, I didn't understand how that works. All right. Cool.
So you didn't get for
You did not get variety.
I didn't get variety, and I would have had to have the gear to get the black one. So
the
Yeah.
gear?
now I understand.
I
It's
thought it
a
was
sun.
That makes more sense, I
Okay.
suppose.
It's for tone.
Okay.
I made a painting
Okay.
called Fading You. Because a spaceship's leaving them all behind
Yep.
and it's fading away. Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. All right.
You say it like it is.
Okay. Do you have composition?
No,
Do you have
exactly 1.
1 hue? There you go.
On 1 repetition of triangles.
Okay.
And that's about it.
All right.
No. I mean, I missed, like,
No, you have 1
You're
each.
right. You got a triangle, a
oh, I
flat,
guess
a
tone.
back,
Yeah.
and that.
Yes,
Nice.
I do have it right.
Yeah, you do.
Quite broke, so. This is the worst. I screwed myself over.
That's okay, because now once you're like on your
Yeah,
last,
I just realized the one that I just took was not good.
you just have to like, just be patient and hope the other ones that you draw will be better. You can always get rid of one in your head,
So it's like I have 2 right now. Is the next one I draw, do I have to finish the
No,
painting?
you're allowed 5. You're allowed 5.
We've all been getting sloppy in our last one.
Yeah.
I asked for 3 paintings and had a 3-day deadline. 2 days out.
Right. Okay.
Grab this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oops.
I'm Nick. My last painting.
Oh, all right.
Called Delicate Warning. Is it because this lady's walking pretty precariously
Yep.
on that little laundry line? Got a camera down there just to remind her she could get blasted by flowers.
To remind me.
Yeah.
To remind her he's boss.
Because the flowers were there and make it seem very delicate situation.
Okay. All right. Composition?
No.
Emphasis?
No.
Repetition?
No.
Variety?
No. But I get 3 black.
Okay. All right. Nice. There you go. Nice. All right. Sarah's turn, right? Yeah.
More. It's holding out for that one.
Yeah, right.
What?
As long as I have enough. As long as I have enough stuff for it.
You're sitting right there. Your bed's right
Do what you want.
there.
My turn.
Yes.
I think I'm just gonna go ahead and finish. I mean, there's no way I'm improving on this masterpiece. Alright, so this is called Sudden Game.
Sudden game.
You're deposited right from your sleep into a giant magical chess land or something,
Mm-hmm.
and you gotta play chess just like that.
Queen's Gambit.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Composition.
Yes.
Emphasis.
Yes.
Repetition.
I did not get 2 triangles.
Or 4 or 5 this time.
Well, yeah.
Variety.
I did get variety.
Okay.
And I got 2 black.
All right. There you go.
Inspection.
Oh, maybe.
I have to visualize how these are going to go together.
Yeah.
Alright, so that gets skipped, so Sarah, you go.
Hey, no. Okay. Alright.
Alright, I'm completing my painting here. This is called Masked Truth. As you can see, the truth is in the books, but unfortunately it's out in the rain, and the masked figure is under the umbrella safely. So, questionable priorities, honestly, if you think about it. Alright, I went with the Wurby strategy for this one.
Oh, just all triangles? Nice.
So many triangles. Alright, so I have composition. I have exactly one hue. I have 5 triangles.
What a pro.
And then I have one of every shape. But no black tokens for it. And that's my turn. I'm done also. So now it's just Michelle and Sarah, right?
I think so. You guys, are you finishing this round?
Yeah. Okay. This is called Innocent Trap.
Innocent Trap.
You got
Not
the
really
dark
sure
ones.
what's going on. There's a little girl just staring at some spider webs and barbed wire, and she's like, "Oh, this is so alluring. What a trap, it's trying to trick me." She's not very smart, so she's gonna get tangled up in the barbed wire or something.
Oh, God.
It's really not much of a trap. It's pretty obvious.
All right. You have composition.
Yes.
You have exactly one hue.
Yes.
2 triangles. One of each.
Yes.
Any blacks?
Yeah. 1 per hue, so that's 1, and then 1 per triangle, so that's 1.
All
Oh,
right.
you got 2?
2
Yeah.
different ones too.
Wow.
Nice. All right, Sarah. So you get to just go until you're done.
Close the show here.
Okay.
It's called Improbable Curiosity
Yep.
because, curiosity counts, and you got the human reaching out there too.
Yep.
It's improbable.
That they're gonna touch each other.
That's why they're curious,
All right. Composition.
No.
Emphasis.
Yep.
Repetition.
Nope.
Variety.
Yes.
Any black tokens?
Yes. 1.
All right. So now what you'll do is just sort of group your tokens by color and just see how many points you get for the stuff. And once you total up your points, then we'll see who has the highest.
So there's no point in going above. Oh, never mind. I was like, you can't get 4 points to going above 3 for the competition, but you only have 3 paintings. Dumb question.
And these are 2 each.
Yes.
Okay. I'm done.
We lost.
Okay.
Alright. We announce ourselves?
Yep. Go ahead.
42?
20.
46.
Dang, I got
Aw,
43.
dang.
I was like, oh, yes, I got Michelle. I thought I might win, but
Yeah, cool.
Nice. It was this painting, honestly, with the triangles. and getting the like black token, I think that that would give you the that broken 44.
Four. 7.
2 of these is.
4 times 11.
Oh. Oops.
So wait, Sarah, you beat him?
So 1.
Nice. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna just so I can have it for the video and stuff too. So here's our new scoring cards. We have emphasis again, so still only exactly 1 hue. Having exactly 6 symbols, it doesn't matter which one. The black tokens and stuff, those do not count as symbols. The hierarchy says you have to have more tone than any other symbol. Not combined though, so it means like you just more tone than hue, more tone than and then also having space, which is having hue and triangles that are non-adjacent.
Since we're calling the sun tone, should we call the triangle sharpness?
It's technically shade.
Really?
Yeah.
Triangle sharpness when you're doing like,
Yeah, it is.
what's the shades?
Texture. So it's hue, tone, this one's texture, and then the triangle's shade. Solid choice.
What's the picture on it?
A bunch of trees.
I think I had that one.
Oh, nice. Fireballs.
Yep.
Did he fall, Bryce? Or baseball?
Not really.
This pitcher I hate is having a terrible game because he can't cheat anymore.
Who?
Garrett Cole.
Yeah.
He's the one who keeps crying about how he can't use sticky stuff anymore.
Mm. I know like one picture, but yeah.
It is weird, like thinking like I don't have to go for every color this time.
Yeah, I'm really struggling to like mentally disconnect from that.
Full of tone there.
That one looks so good, but it's so expensive.
Nobody bites, but it's like.
And then you can get it using all your tokens.
I did not want you to take that one.
I don't know if it's good, but we'll see.
That's a good one too.
Wow. Going right for it.
I feel like these are gonna go like hotcakes.
Yeah, probably true.
Thank you.
Keep dropping frames. It says it's obnoxious.
What does that mean? Fucking frame.
Just means it's not completely smooth.
Some of the picture is lost over the internet.
You can tell that from here.
Yeah, I
It's got a tracker.
That's annoying. I wonder if it. I don't think it drops the frames when they're recording though. Oh well. Just have to hope that the first game didn't have too many frames dropped. I'm getting most of them starting now though.
Is it like dropping frames per second or dropping specific
It's just
frames?
like frames are just dropping throughout the screen.
I'm just checking. Oh, damn it.
Grab the wrong one.
Both are yellow.
The two I have don't actually go together, but I'm hoping I can
Maybe
pull something
work.
off later. Yeah, I'll figure it out next turn.
Mhm. You only have a one-word painting.
I mean, if they stack up that way, then yeah, I guess so.
Let me fix your ears.
Oh, that doesn't work at all. Maybe on pasting my first 0-point painting.
Yeah, this is pretty hard.
Yeah.
This is a lot harder than before.
My turn, right?
Mm.
Cool. This one just means exactly 6.
Yeah, any symbol, just not
It's not
like the black
one.
tokens don't count as one. Who is this? Cheerio.
Well, I was debating between that one and the first one, so that makes my decision a lot easier.
Easy mode. Oh, look at those little palms. Are you intrigued by Cheerio? Or any? Why are you licking your lips? Well, she was looking at Cheerio, she was doing this weird. Nope. And back.
You got real aggressive there on the. I don't know if it's requesting petting.
Hold on, I'm gonna. Or actually, I'll just wait till it's my turn. Cheerio.
Yes.
You like my name?
Bring away.
Yeah, I'm totally lost.
Buddy.
Bro, sorry.
Cheerio, help me. You did?
Yeah. What?
What the heck?
Okay, I'm ready to present my first painting.
Oh
Oh,
god.
I'm excited.
It's called Heightened Childhood.
Ooh.
Because as you can see, the stork has delivered the baby to female Freddie Mercury. So obviously, it's a heightened childhood.
Alright. Okay, I'm gonna hold it up
That
while we
tracks.
score.
That, yeah.
Okay. Do you have exactly one hue? You do. Here you go.
Thank you.
You have 6 symbols. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 symbols.
Wow.
Do you have more tone than any? Yes, you do.
No, 2 and 2.
No, it's equal to, greater than or equal to.
Shoot.
Alright,
Better than I
blue.
thought.
Boom. Do you have any? Oh, you have one blue separated by, or one hue separated by a triangle.
I can't believe you got
What a painting.
I didn't think I would get that one. Because I thought it had to be more.
What a painting.
I mean, Freddie Mercury's in, so.
Yeah. I'll just make this a painting, I think. It's not as.
Hello.
What a good dog. She's a good size too. I like that size.
The first dog we saw was an overweight 90-pound hound dog, and neither of us could even control her. We were like, that's not for us.
Okay, I'm gonna do Wandering Dreams here.
Nice.
It's not as good as Sarah's though.
Wow.
So sad. Okay, this is called Wandering Dreams. Okay, as you can see, I went for composition, which is not necessary. Okay, I was like, wait, is this the right one? Okay, it is. So I do have exactly one hue. I do have exactly 6 things, so I'm pretty consistent there. I do have 2 tones, and the only other thing I have 2 of is the texture, so I'm good there. But I unfortunately do not have a gap between my hue and my triangle.
Dang. So close.
Yep.
The
The
painting
only-
has no space.
It doesn't have enough space.
Mm.
That's true. Okay. Tito's back. Hi, Tito.
Alright, I'm gonna do.
Ooh.
This will really tie the painting together.
Oh. Hi, Cheeto. What time is it? Oh, almost. Probably after this game, I will feed them. Meow. Who's pulling on the microphone? Minka, Minka. Oh.
You could lift her legs up. She didn't.
Good job. Whose turn is it?
I just pulled one.
Oh,
Okay.
here's my painting called Mess.
Yes.
Into some spaghetti.
Yes, he is. All right. So you have one hue. So there you go. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things. Consistency, no tone, and you have a tone between a triangle or a shape. So you do have plenty of space. There you go.
Mess.
What a painting.
I'm looking at the one you finished.
Did you pull one or are you doing one?
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just deciding which to.
Which background inspires him?
Yeah, alright, I think this is the one. Alright, so this is my painting. It's called Nightmare.
Wow.
Yeah, short and sweet.
Nightmare. All right.
What is the nightmare about?
So you're on a ship. Of course, this is all in a play staged.
Of course.
But you're on a ship.
Naked
and-
on stage. So obviously. That's
Well, but there's
nightmare.
a ghost that's made up of a quilt or something, and it's haunting your ship when you're out in the ocean, and that's the nightmare.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Or when everyone applauds at the end and curtains drop.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. Emphasis. 1 hue. Yes. Consistency. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 things.
I do not. Yeah.
And then hierarchy. You have 1 tone and nothing else has more than that. So you have hierarchy.
Just skating in there.
And you have the tone or the hue separated from the shape. So there's plenty of space.
Mhm.
There you go. And then you have 1 black token per gear.
For gear. Yep.
So 1 black ribbon there.
Nice.
Nice.
I did manage to squeak out 4
4
medals.
ribbons there. Yeah. That's a wonderful painting.
Okay. Mine is not as good, but it is also has a similar name like Madonna. It is called Heavy.
Heavy.
Ooh, I like it.
Yep.
So there's a very heavy elephant that's being made even heavier by an anchor, and there's a risk that anchor's chain is going to fall on this string of this laundry rope or whatever you call that, that someone for some reason is walking on. I don't think they're thick enough to walk on, but yeah, that'll be bad because then they'll fall down.
Yep. Meow.
What was that?
All right, so let's go ahead and score it. Okay, so emphasis, you have 2 hues. Consistency, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. There you go. You have 2 tones, and there are 2 hues, but that's the highest that you have, so you're good there. So you have hierarchy. And then space, you have this combo here for some space. There you go. And then that's it.
Pretty much. You have the R.
Take this much.
All right.
Called Peaceful Truth,
Peaceful truth.
because it's pretty peaceful.
It's very pretty.
Yeah. And there are books
Yes.
which are the truth.
Yeah.
Always. Especially fiction. Okay. So let's go ahead and count. So emphasis, nope. Exactly 6 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. There you go. Hierarchy, nope. And then space. So we have this one is 1, and this one is 2. So 2 purples.
Nice.
And there you go. What a masterpiece. All
I
right.
don't really have a strategy.
Right. This one's so much harder. It's like you have to know that you're probably not getting all 4.
Yeah.
Which I think is cool then, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, so this time I have a painting called Melancholy Attraction here. So, as you can see, we're in like a forest background here, and it's raining a lot, so it's probably a rainforest. There's an umbrella that is protecting nothing. There's the rat on the balloon in the rain, and there's an empty bird cage also in the rain, but nothing is under the umbrella, because that would be, what's the point?
Oh, the rat's lover, the bird, is missing.
Yes.
Bringing him an umbrella to keep the bird dry, but
How did you know my true inner vision? Okay, so emphasis, I do have 1 hue. Then consistency, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hierarchy, I have 2 tones and I have 2 triangles, but everything else is good. So I get that one, and then I have 1 space between my hue and the triangle here. So I get a purple ribbon.
Alright, I'm gonna take this one. Got 1 more card to make something out of this.
You have like 2 groups of 2, so it's like one of them will work. Yep.
Dang it. All my hopes were on that card.
Way to go, Sarah.
You just ruined it for me.
Way to go. I'll do this one.
Well, we all know this is going to be an absolute train wreck now.
No, this card might be it.
you only have 3 though, right?
Yeah, I don't think I can afford it.
Dang it.
Okay.
Income. Are we on the move? Oh, hello.
Oh,
Now. On or off?
both.
That's gonna be the mark. What do you want? This? Are you guys having a stare off?
Who's under me? Luca's tail.
Yeah. Ugh.
What headbutt means? Ooh.
Alright.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Can you play phone? Put one on the first one. Grab the wheel. Thank you.
Here's the wheel. You're welcome.
Wheel.
So I have this beautiful painting called Vast Beauty.
Oh wow.
You know, because there's a lot of things that are beautiful, like the ocean, these flowers, and the hand represents everyone trying to achieve vast beauty.
Okay. Here, I'm gonna hold up what we scored. Okay. 1 hue, yes. Red ribbon. 6 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. More tone, yes. You have more tone. And then spacing, there is a combo here and here. And then, a black ribbon per triangle. So 2 black ribbons. That's 5 awards for that work of art.
Wow.
And,
What a painting.
Such vast beauty, am I right?
Yes.
I think I'm gonna have to just give up.
That's what we're just doing right now, right?
I'm trying to make this work, but it's really not happening.
This sucks.
I'll take this one.
How are you doing so good this
I
She, her brain was turned off because it was too easy. She wanted a challenge. She had to, she wasn't inspired at the beginning. Now she's like, oh, all of these works of art we saw last game were inspiring me. So
Yeah.
All
To
right, my
inspire
turn.
me how much I sucked and how much I can do better. Wait, did Chris, did you go?
yes, I just heard.
All right. Well, this one is called Masked Moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you can see there is a ghost wearing a mask haunting the Leaning Tower of Pisa, except it's not actually leaning.
It's a little crooked.
Yeah.
That's the crooked side.
Yep. What are the dice?
The dice represent fortune. And is the tower going to fall over or no? You never know.
Nobody knows.
Yeah.
All right.
My turn, bye.
Emphasis. 1 hue. Yes. Here you go.
Got it.
6 icons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 icons. Hierarchy. There's no tone on there.
Wasn't even trying.
Space. There is some space for this hue and this triangle here. So here you go. This is pretty good. A black ribbon per texture. You have 2.
Yeah. There
And
we
a
go.
black ribbon per tone, which you don't.
I don't have any of those, but you know.
That's pretty good though.
It went better than it could have.
Yeah. All right, Michelle.
Okay. My painting is called Unashamed Purpose.
Okay.
Because you might not be able to tell, but this man, he is unashamedly naked, and he is climbing, trying to reach his boxer shorts, which someone has put up a flagpole. And also is firing flowers out of a cannon at
Oh,
them.
see, I thought the cannon fired the boxers to the flagpole.
That's what they did.
And this guy's like, no.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so emphasis, one hue, yes. Go. Consistency, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hierarchy, yes, you're good there. Blue token. Space, no triangles. And then black ribbon triangle, no triangle still. There you go.
But I am unashamed.
Yes.
That's pretty funny.
Mine.
Welcome back.
Your bed is right there, girl.
Hey. Oh, you want to be closer to me. Oh, no. Thank you.
You've got quite a few ribbons there.
Yeah.
You don't need that. You already have quite a few ribbons there.
Alright, I just need one card that's perfectly ties together. Otherwise, I'm ruined as an artist. Just go big here.
Yeah, final artwork.
Okay.
Harmonious Expanse.
Harmonious Expanse.
It's harmonious because of the trumpet, really.
Yep.
Makes
And
sense.
that whale's pretty expansed.
Yep.
It's celebrating that its fellow brethren.
Became sushi.
Yeah.
It's rising up.
All right. Emphasis, exactly one hue. Yes. That's red ribbon. Consistency, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. There you go. Tone, the hierarchy, you have, yes, you have 3 of them. And then space, no. All right. There you go.
I'm very consistent artist, especially with these. You did. You like hardwood?
Mhm.
We don't have any hardwood.
I don't have any carpet, man. And Kara really likes to play with carpet.
She doesn't sit in the kitchen. Project is nice.
Oh, what a pretty cat. Look at those big ears.
Whose turn is it?
My turn.
Okay. Sarah, your turn.
My turn?
Yep.
My final.
Oh,
no.
The divine perspective. As he's looking down from the heavens, and then I don't know why the fruit is there, but it just felt like it should be there.
It makes sense.
It puts things into perspective.
Exactly.
All right. So let's check. So we have one hue. Yes. Go for it. Then 6 symbols. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Then more tone. Yes. And then hue and triangles. Yes. You have one.
Ew.
Nope. You can only use the hue once.
We did.
They did. That was in the example on the back.
It was.
Yeah. And it says you can only use each element once. It's so sassy.
What the?
This is tragic. I see the color card I need, but I can't afford it.
Oh no. Why did you guys finish so fast?
If only you'd taken one more card.
Well, also, I have like all these in like
Oh,
limbo
also
now.
Okay.
Wait, how many cards do you have?
I have 4, but like I don't.
Oh.
I'm trying to see. I don't see anything out there that can actually help me. I think I might just finish.
Okay. I thought you only had 3. I was like, wait, you still have another round? You can
No, unfortunately. But
come down in price.
this is the card I need.
Oh.
But I can't make it. All right. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish. This is called Precious View.
Okay.
So you got this adorable puppy standing on a pedestal in front of the barbed wire fence and window.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what more needs to be said about this painting? I think it speaks for itself.
I agree. All right. Okay, so first emphasis, no hues. 6 symbols, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Here you go. Hierarchy. There are 2 tones, so yeah, you're good there. And space, no. And then 1 black ribbon per tone symbol, so you get 2 black ribbons.
Oh, black ribbon.
Yep.
Yeah, if I had been able to get this one, I could have gotten all 4.
Dang.
Yeah.
I think I got something good here.
Okay, you're both done, right? Okay, I'm completing my final painting here, called Sudden Curiosity. Okay, so as you can see, the cat is curious about the bed flying from the sky. It's like, interesting, but it doesn't realize that there's a wave suddenly coming in. So hopefully it uses its cat-like reflexes to avoid the wave. And the bed, honestly.
It jumps on the bed and it starts surfing.
Yes, that's what's going to happen. Okay, so emphasis, I do have 1 hue. Then consistency, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hierarchy, I have 2 tones and 2 texture. And then space, I have this triangle and this hue separated.
All right, guys, I finally did a good one.
All
Good
right.
painting. All right. This is called Graceful Warning. I gotta be honest, the painting itself is not that great. There's this
But the meaning
this
behind
guy
it.
is like look out for that lamppost, but ballerina is already going away from the lamppost. So I don't know what the warning is for. But yeah, my
Mike's
palette was
suffering Cheeto.
my palette was fantastic. I think.
All right. So here we go.
You're gonna
Emphasis. There is one hue. There you go. Consistency. There is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 symbols. Hierarchy. You have 3 tones. Space. The hue symbol is separated by the shape symbol. Oh, wrong one. There you go, purple ribbon. And then 1 black ribbon per hue. What a painting. All right. So that's everyone then, right?
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and everyone count up their points.
What were yours called?
Mass Moment, Nightmare, and Precious View. This will be quick, I think.
Yeah. I'm gonna announce I did not win. Look at all those stacks she's
Look at
got over
those. She's
there.
got some stacks.
These are 2 points each, the black ones?
Yeah.
Okay. I did actually better than I thought. But
All right, I got 31.
Yeah.
25.
43.
40.
I got 30, so I came up last.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I got a lot of these, which are
Yeah.
like worthless.
Yeah.
Sarah was just too inspired
I know.
on game 1.